you guys busy today?
No.
I kind of want to jump out of an airplane. Are you down?
Yeah, I'm down. Let's go.
I'm down.
Let's go!
Okay, here's me and Charlotte now ready for skydiving.
Yay!
Here's Nikki
Ready
for skydiving. And we picked up Sarah.
Yay!
All right, here's the grassy field that we will hopefully have a nice, safe, soft landing on. Okay, guys, how are we feeling?
Ready?
So good. Ready.
Pretty much, hey, you might die. If you die, you can't sue us, and good luck.
All right, everybody, welcome to Skydive Miranda. Let's go down the line. Who do we have here?
Nico.
Hannah, Charlotte C, Sarah.
All right, whose idea was this?
It was mine.
That one.
It takes about 10 minutes to get to altitude. They said it would take 20, it only took us 10. They don't strap your harness onto your instructor's harness until you're up in the air. There was definitely a moment when we were in the air that it became very real for all of us. Some of us were panicking, some of us were getting excited, but either way, there was a lot of shouting in the cabin of the plane. One thing I noticed is that Sarah begins telling all of her family members that she loves them, which in hindsight is pretty morbid, but we all got out just fine, spoiler alert. Looking back at the footage, I actually found two different moments where the camera caught the person in front of us jumping out and our reaction to watching them jump out, and it's pretty funny. For about 2 seconds, it feels like you're flying. You have no control over this, so it's a little bit of flailing and flying, but complete freedom nonetheless. But then immediately after that, it feels like you are speeding up very, very quickly. You get up to 120 miles per hour. The wind in your face was intense. My friends had like flappy cheeks. You could see the skin folding on my neck and my cheeks because of how strong the wind was. Once the parachute was deployed and it hit me very unexpectedly, it kind of yanks you back up very suddenly. It does not feel very comfortable. The most painful part for me was around my thighs. The harness grips you, and I would honestly rather it leave bruises on my thighs than for me to slip through and fall to my death, but it was not very comfortable. Also, the first thing I did the minute the parachute deployed was I looked around and I looked for all of my friends and family and made sure that I could see all of their parachutes and made sure I could count 4 more parachutes. I was the last one out of the plane. Everybody landed extremely safely.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
That was the Boo Bear. That was Hannah. Woo!
It was the coolest experience, and I know that this is becoming a personality trait for me permanently now. I went skydiving, and I can always have bragging rights about that.
I'm just waiting for the next one. I'm just gonna go try to do it again.
All right.
Oh my god.
How's that?
Amazing.
That was incredible. I couldn't breathe at first, and I had to remind myself how to breathe manually, but it was fantastic.
It was amazing. Thank you.
Good job.
We just went skydiving!
Okay guys, I was going to film a video, just kind of a reaction explaining what skydiving was like directly after we got back home, but my little cousin was in town to skydive with us. We took her dancing and we were packing. The next morning we left and got on a boat. That was 3 days ago. It is my little brother's birthday cruise. That's where I am now. I'm gonna cabin on a cruise ship, and so I am finishing this now. Okay, I don't even know where to begin. I'm not supposed to wear any loose clothing. Long pants. I wore a tank top. Definitely wear long sleeves or a t-shirt because the parachute kind of left a mark on my arms. It happened so fast. You only free fall for about 40 seconds before they pull the chute, and then you are kind of floating down the 5 or 6 remaining minutes to the ground. I thought that I would just be completely focused on when he would pull the parachute, and instead I completely forgot about it until he pulled it. Some people were able to like reach up and grab the parachute and kind of pull it to direct the area, but I was so busy trying to hold myself into the harness and not put as much pressure on my legs that I didn't do that. Watching that safety video almost changed my mind because the entire time they were just talking about every single thing that could go wrong, and I know that they have to do it for legal reasons, but wow, what a deterrent. That was horrifying, having to sign my initial under 20 different things saying every possible thing that could go wrong. But this is something I've been wanting to do for a while, and I never thought I would be brave enough to actually do it. I actually thought there'd be a 50-50 chance getting up there that I would completely change my mind and back out, and I'm so proud of myself for doing it. Would I do it again? I want to say yes, but probably for a special occasion. I don't think I would start doing it for funsies on weekends because every single time you jump, every single one of those risks is a possibility. That being said, my best friends, any of them ever decided they wanted to go skydiving, I would 100% go again with them. If my sister decided she wanted to go, if my dad decided he wanted to go, I would 100% go skydiving with them. I know that there's no way I could do that alone for the first time, but I'm really glad that I did it. You don't have to do any work. All you do is you grab onto the harness, they launch you out of the plane, you put your legs in a banana position, you free fall, they tap your shoulder, you do this to kind of slow yourself down, and then they pull the chute. And then when you land, you lift your legs up so that you land on your butt, and the instructor's legs land first so that they're kind of catching the weight. That's it. None of the life hanging in the balance part of the fall relied on me. The instructors were amazing. They were showing us the parachutes and saying, hey, this is exactly what is in the parachute bag. There's 5 parachutes in here, all designed in case the previous one goes wrong. He told me that there were 4 hooks connecting me to him. After you pull the chute, you can take the goggles down. I wear contacts and it was pretty windy, so I chose to leave my goggles on to save my eyes from getting dried out. Yeah, you land, you get a little certificate saying that you are officially a skydiver, and you go on your way. That's pretty much it. We showed up at 7 and we left by 10? Not even. We were hardly even there for 2.5 hours. It was insane how fast it went by. It was like the craziest experience I've ever had. And I left like, did that really just happen? Like, it was so fast that it's like recalling the feeling of falling through the air was so weird. Like, did that really just happen right now? Am I dreaming? And it did. If you want to go skydiving, I would say do it. If I can do that, that means maybe I can bungee jump, which I've always wanted to try. Maybe I can try parasailing, which I've always wanted to try, or paragliding. There's a bunch of things I've wanted to try, but I've always just been a little bit like, oh, maybe someday. And so I feel like this was really a stepping stone for me. Anyway, thank you, Skydive Marana, for offering an absolutely amazing experience. Thank you to my little brother, Nikki, who had this wonderful, crazy idea and helped me follow through with it. And thank you to my mom, dad, and sister who showed up to watch us land, even though they were all so stressed and terrified, and took the videos of us landing, because that was amazing. And I know that they were so worried. And so that was really, really cool of them to show up and be there for us. I feel very lucky to have such a supportive family, and that's amazing. So yeah, any other questions, leave them in the comments. I don't know how many I'll be able to answer because I've only done this once and I have no idea if I'll know everything, but that was my experience skydiving. Have a wonderful rest of your week. I'm currently on a boat, so stay tuned for a cruise vlog, I guess, and I'll see you next week. Bye.